994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company. Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired. Yes! How do you get the energy to do I'll be told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing. One of the things that's the start of the darkness. So what did that myself and the world of just and 2019?
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now exactly to 6 minutes. Now, lots of stories making the rounds in Nigeria, where Al-Rufai is saying that what is writing to Buhari, saying terrorists are creating terror government in Kaduna. So, well, we have the state government, and then we have a terroristic government as well. So, what is the way forward? Oh my goodness. That's why Sonny Okuson, the late, said, which way, Nigeria? If you want to know which way, that is why we are here this morning to bring you all that you need to know when it comes to Nigeria. I want to take the opportunity to say good morning to you, Mr. Olayomi Koike.
Well, very good morning to you and welcome to Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It is the Friday edition and it is exactly the 12th of August 2022, 7 minutes past, and I welcome you once again. I say good morning to you, Archie. Good morning, Frank. Good morning to all our listeners, and I come back again to you in the studio.
Yes, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Well, doing very well. Slept a bit late because we had our late night conversation yesterday, but it's good to be back again this morning. Very, very warm outside on the weather, but it is what it is. It is a Friday. It is the end of the week, and we're here to do what we do best. It is called the morning show where we give all the updates from Nigeria, the global community. I'm doing very well. And as I always say, it is Thank God It's Friday, where we get paid every Friday for those that are doing some kind of job. I've been listening to you, on what Lee says. There is a lot of price increasement. Maybe not for some of us that will probably be able to see it, but when our wives, our mothers, our grandma goes to the supermarket, they will tell you the cost of the bread has literally gone up as well here in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's quite interesting touching on that. I mean, how do you think our communities are coping in these difficult times? Because it's something that people are not talking about, but you know that people are going to be stretched. I mean, you go to the shops and things are. So how do you think our communities are coping with it?
Well, we have a large community of not just Nigerians, but a lot of Africans here in the United Kingdom. I mean, you've got to remember that UK, there's been a lot of Africans that have, lived there, for some very, very long time. I am the second generation, when I came here in 1998, we're talking about almost some 23 years ago. So, I mean, that means that, a lot of community, where the Ghanaians, South Africa, Uganda, we will feel the brunt of it. And, as you can, I'm not sure whether you've been following what is happening lately in Syria alone. There is a lot of pressure in Syria alone as the protests have now, taken to the street because of the, the economy, the inflation and all sort. But one thing is, how do we manage and talk to our community that, please, if you're going through difficulties, do not put it, to yourself. Let somebody know. There will still be help out there. But if you keep quiet, those help might not come to you. And that means you could end up, becoming isolated. So the last thing we want from, our community, the Yoruba communities, those that believe that they're still Nigerian, because some of us are still not thinking that, Nigeria is a country. Whether you're a Ghanaian, Uganda, whoever you are, as long as you're living in UK, there will still be those opportunity that can rescue you out of the poverty stage as well. There will be increments in our, in some of our taxes that we are paying, the council tax, and there will be pressure, especially that the children are at home right now. Up till September, that means there will be more need for food in the house, and children do not understand what is inflation this morning.
That is very, very true. Now, one aspect that I wanted to just talk about that, then we can come to the updates, is pertaining to mental health. And we know that a few people have complained that, I mean, it's not everybody who is that resilient as some of us are, because from the background that we came from, and we've seen things like that, and therefore when sad times we are able to, I mean, so still sail through, but it's not everybody. So when it comes to the mental health, do we have, in our community, do we have maybe like say, let's say the Yoruba nation, a group where somebody just, I mean, for somebody to just talk to them, for them to calm down and know that, well, there is hope for tomorrow. Do we have anything of the sort?
Oh, yes, we have from the Yoruba community. Sorry, we're just setting up all the other platforms, and I guess, we're good to go now. Yes, we do have what they call the Yoruba Central Office, and what they've done is, they've been doing a very, very good job, when it comes to, supporting the community. I mean, we have, each countries that are residing here in the United Kingdom have their own different community, helping, their people, whether, the Pakistani community, it doesn't matter what kind of community, that you are, there is always help out there. And like I said, if anyone, whether you are not even a Yoruba, you are still a Nigerian, and you're Yoruba from that part, you are Igbo, and you are going through difficulties, this is not the time, to hide it. This is not the time, to leave it to yourself. Speak to people as quickly as possible. And we've got to also remember, adding as well, that we have a lot of African community that are still trying to resolve, their immigration status. My mom will always say to me that if you are not born in United Kingdom, you will go through immigration. It is not a disease, but you have to talk about it. You have to tell somebody, because those that do not have those status will be the one that will be facing the brunt of life here in UK. And most people in Nigeria, as an example today, do not understand what it means when it comes to immigration. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, and she's going through 20 years in this country without yet being recognized by the British government.
Well, listeners, those are the challenges that some of us in this part of the world have to go through, or are still going through, and it only takes the hand of God and let me say, saying something for others to know that you are going through that, and they will help you. But when it comes to Nigeria, where we are going now, do we have things like that? Because these economic challenges that is going on, inflation, the high inflation rate, and everything that is going on, it's not only peculiar to the UK; it's across the board. Now, do Nigerians or those in the southeast or the southwest, do they have any person that they can go to, that they can say, like, here we can go to, I mean, you can go to the council, guys, they're desperate, they will do something about it for you. Do we have anything of the sort in Nigeria?
Well, we haven't got such a kind of system in Nigeria, and that is why, millions of Nigerians have been classified as those, that are going through a poverty stage as we speak right now. We have, almost close to 90 million Nigerians, as we speak right now, that are individuals that have been classified under, abject poverty. And the reason for that is, we don't have, we do have a lot of NGOs that are working tirelessly, doing their own little best, to keep, life meaningful for an average Nigerian. But in terms of, is the government doing enough? You just have to ask yourself the question, with the amount of different corruption that is going in the country, there's a pressure cooker in Nigeria, and that is creating a lot of, different things as you can think of. And yet, as you can think of it, there is a lot that Nigeria needs to do, for its citizens. But already, I'm not sure they are doing a lot, because rather than doing a lot, the money has been siphoned out of the country. We're not literally talking about this particular government. We're talking about this last 62 years of Nigeria as an independent country, that has made life very, very difficult for so many people.
Well, listeners, it is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. At 11:15 the time, the morning show, the Friday edition. Thank God, it's Friday. And we have Mr. KOIKIMEDIA, the White Lion, in our North London studios. I'm actually here in the South Studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, let's move on straight. El-Rufai writes Buhari saying, terrorists are creating parallel government in Kaduna. So, El-Rufai, is he the state governor in Kaduna? Is it? Yeah.
Well,
So he is the governor, and you can see that now. You could see that the terrorists are also forming their own government there. So they are running parallel. Now, how true is that? And El-Rufai, which party does he belong to as well?
well, El-Rufai is a very funny individual, and just like so many of the governors, in Nigeria this morning. I mean, I want to take us back to some of what he actually said, in the past, when it comes to the issue of terrorism. If I go back to 2021, July 2nd, in one of the headlines, federal government not against bandits because they are doing businesses, not secession, like Nnamdi Kanu, El-Rufai. But this is the same El-Rufai now that is crying out loud on the headline by writing the Buhari to say terrorists are now creating a parallel government in Kaduna. That is meant to be not a surprise to people like us, because Kaduna, as we speak right now, is no longer safe for so many Nigerians. And I can take you back, to some of the records that we have quickly, even though we know in the last couple of days, more of those that have been kidnapped from the train attack on the 28th of July of March this year. And that takes me to what, the former minister of transportation in what is coming up there says, Kaduna train attack, I warn that lives will be lost. And yet, Dr. Chinelo was just about 72 hours leaving Nigeria, but Nigeria actually caught up with her. The question is, how do we know, that El-Rufai wrote the government? These are something that will probably not come into the public domain. But what we can say is terrorists are consolidating their grip on communities with Kaduna with a parallel government and permanent operational base in the northwestern state near Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Governor Nasser El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna, warned the president of the terrorist consolidation in the late July memo that was cited by one of the media back in Nigeria. The terrorists belong to Ansaru al-Muslimina fi Biladi al-Sudan, or also known as Ansaru for short, are believed now to have moved to Bingariwa in Kaduna State in 2012 when they broke away from the Boko Haram. According to the intelligence report and human source consulted in further reporting, the terrorists that formed Ansaru were responsible for some of the high-profile attacks by the Boko Haram before the split. Such attack was the building of the United Nations that took place on the 11th of August. One of those that did that attack, I can now tell you, is no longer in a safe place with the government being kept in Kuje, because Kuje was attacked by the same terrorists, and this person that was the mastermind of the UN building attack in 2011 is no longer known to a whereabout as we speak right now. But according to intelligence that we got some 2 weeks ago, is currently somewhere in Lagos, and that was why we came out and started shouting that Lagos was going to be bombed, because the intelligence gave us that he was actually rescued out of the Kuje prison to do a kind of a different operation. So you can now see that what we have been saying for a very long time is exactly what Kaduna State Governor has also now said, that according to this headline, El-Rufai, right, President Muhammadu Buhari says terrorist is now creating a parallel government in his own state in Kaduna.
Now, so what do those northerners in that part? Okay, I think Kaduna is part of the north, or is it middle belt?
Kaduna is just in between, so it is literally part of the north, but like it is in between, the full north. When you go into the further Kano, Sokoto, and Zamfara. But yes, Kaduna is just, the middle part of it.
Now, what are the citizens in that part of the country saying? Because if you are going through something of that nature, because Google the map of Nigeria, and I'm just looking at it, where the federal capital is Kaduna, Niger, and the other states are. Now, what are they saying, the citizens themselves? Because maybe, as we say all the time, at times the leaders seem to be saying something, but this time around, why he's crying foul? Earlier on, where he said, "Oh, these bandits were not terrorists or anything, that they shouldn't be worried about them. They are going about their own business." And now, waking up to smell the coffee, what are the citizens saying?
Well, what the citizens are saying will probably be more on what they are discussing, on the social media. Because yes, we do have those that will probably not be on the social media. But what we got to understand is, the whole country is completely, becoming a no-go area. But let me just go through some of the comments, and I believe, from Agbado Soldier, replying back to the same story that we are saying here. Terrorists have taken over Kaduna, banned political activities towards 2023 election. Governor El-Rufai Buhari. Where are the recommendations and suggestions on how to improve security? You claim you gave up Jonathan and he failed to implement. This is what El-Rufai said 7 years ago, and I have, that clip, which we can see if we can bring the audio out in just about a few minutes. So somebody's actually gone back, to bring back this particular, what Jonathan El-Rufai said, as at the time when they were the opposition. Why is it taking you and Buhari so long to implement this recommendation? So the question is being asked back to El-Rufai, that why is it taking so long? Let's look at what somebody else is saying. This one has scammed Tinubu. Now he doesn't want to mobilize, citing bandit and activity. So you can see that somebody's already looking at it from a different angle, that it doesn't seem El-Rufai really wants to support, Tinubu, and probably maybe that is why, he's actually coming out to tell us, what he's saying, this morning. I'm going to take one more, then come back again to you in the studio. And the next one says, based on what we know, El-Fire is one of the people who invited their terrorist Fulani cousins from Sahel to help make Nigeria their Fulani country. What is he complaining about?
What is he complaining about? But he made a statement that he is calling on Buhari to ban political activities.
No, it's not. Well, these are what the terrorists are saying. They're banning political activities.
The terrorists are telling that they are banning
political.
Oh, wow. But so do the Northerners also want to break away from Nigeria? That's one thing that we've not looked at. Are they willing to break away, have their own state, and do whatever they want?
Not all the Northerners want to do so, but I remember we listened to an audio, and I'll see if I can get that audio ready for us on Monday, where, one of the Northerners was actually crying out for help. Yes, we know most of the Northerners, believe, that Nigeria should remain the same, but not every one of them believe that the country should continue to hold. And we know that based on, the communication and the engagement. But what they are saying is, there is problem, that has meant to have been solved, and these problems have been left without being solved for a very, very long time. And the ripple effect is now biting everybody. This is what El-Rufai had to say some 7 years ago. Let's see if we can get that up. Once again, this is Starr Radio UK.
We have no apologies for pointing out to Nigerians that this government is incompetent and has failed to provide security. If you say we are politicizing it, fix the problem so that we can't politicize it. Okay? Are we politicizing breathing of air? Every Nigerian can breathe air. We can't politicize it because there is no problem there. But if you fail to supply petroleum products and we say you are failing, you say we are politicizing it, fix the problem so that we don't politicize it. If you say that there is terrorism, we are politicizing it, eliminate terrorism.
Okay, you had it right there. It was actually, this is 7 years ago video that has been popped up back again on the social media. If now the same people that was complaining to Jonathan then that, if the government then says they are politicizing it, do something about it. The question now is, it doesn't look like it can do anything. It's now sucking help from the presidency to say, look, there's a parallel government right here by the terrorists, and we're going to be having more problems. And that is now taking me back to Are we going to literally have election in 2023? Looking at all these issues is a question that we're asking Nigerians this morning.
Yeah, if you are listening to us, that's a big question. Because looking at everything, I mean, would you dare go out to go and what? To go for a political campaign when you know that terrorists are at your doorstep who will be attacking you? Go and sign a word of warning that there shouldn't be any political activities. What do you think? Well, maybe you're speaking to some of your family members. You are not in the country, therefore. But what are they saying? What is on the ground? Want to know more about that? It's all Starr Radio UK 1125 now 26. Mr. Live, again on North London studios. I'm actually in the South studio, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, on the political front, why is Wike suing Atiku Tambuwal and demanding recognition as a candidate? Candidate for what? Governorship candidate or candidate as vice president?
The issue, and I heard you when you were saying, and that report came from Daily Momodu, telling Wike to now try to apply the brake, that you cannot fight all front, as a general, because of the ongoing situation between the political party as we speak right now. Wike seems to be a little bit angry that he has not been given the ticket, as we know, to become the president candidate of the PDP. So it's literally firing all cylinder, and that is actually there. The as you can see right here, we got his face there. These are the three gladiators of the PDP right behind me there. So what do we know? The Wike is still the current governor. He wanted to be the candidate for the PDP. He didn't get the ticket. He's still very, very bitter and angry. And as we can say today, according to the news coming out, Governor Nelson Wike of Rivers State has now sued the presidential candidate of his party, political party, Atiku Abubakar, and the Sokoto State Governor, Aminu Tambuwal, and the PDP over the conduct of the presidential primary that took place between the 28th and the 29th of this year. According to the suit number FHC Abuja CS 782-2002, Wike and the PDP chieftains Nugent Ikamo are listed as the plaintiffs in the originator summon, the PDP. So you can say that Wike is actually pushing to say nothing was done the right way, and that means nobody apart from him should be given that opportunity. At the primary, Atiku pulled 371 votes, while Wike and Bukola Saraki garnered 237 and 70 votes respectively. After the convention, the National Party of the PDP described Tambuwal as the hero, because remember that Tambuwal is the one to your right-hand side. For those of you that are watching on the screen, Wike is the one in the middle for those that are not from Nigeria. And Atiku, I'm sure a lot of you know his face properly. So what has actually happened is, it seems Tambuwal, dropped down for Atiku, but now Wike says we'll probably have to drag ourselves to the court to get this resolved.
Wow. Listen, this is interesting. I'm looking at the face of Atiku, and I'm just comparing it with what they call him, the APC candidate. What's his name? What's the name of the APC?
Tinubu.
Tinubu. And I'm looking at them and I say, these are old folks. I mean,
well, Atiku, as you can see him there, has been trying to become the president of Nigeria as far back as 1993. He contested as well. He tried to contest during when the late MQ Abiola was trying to contest as well. So, and that's why Showore says he comes back every 4 years to Nigeria from Dubai at his resident base, where he tried to become the president of Nigeria.
Why if you're listening to us, do you think that we have to bring an age limit to these people, these old folks who say that they want to become president? So we said that at the moment you hit 70, that's it, it's finished. You cannot cross that. So that we have people whose brains are taken. I'm not saying that there are people who are old, who think they are scientists, they are other professors, and other people in other fields who do very, very well. But do you think that you want to put your old man in that particular place, and with all these worries across the globe? No wonder Buhari cannot see, or he doesn't actually know that terrorists were rampaging the country until that attack when he was supposed to travel to his hometown, Katsina. But what do you think? This is Starr Radio UK. your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has expressed worry over the debt servicing of cost of the federal government. Instead of government trying to, see to service their debt, what is happening is that they are servicing, the recurrent expenditure. That's what. So virtually any money, any loan, anything that they are taking is just going down the drain. It's not invested in anything that's going to yield any profit. That's what's happening. Where is Nigeria now? What is going on?
Well, the money that should have been used, as at the appropriate time, as far back as in the 80s, we're talking about, money that was made during the Gulf War. Babangida decided to take about $12 billion of that. We don't know where this money is. And that means today, some 40 years on, we're still struggling with infrastructure in the country. And that means we rely on everything to be imported. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce has been since 1888. And yes, they are quite worried, just as so many Nigerians are worried. According to the chamber that made the statement that was signed by their president, Michael Olawale Cole, titled LCCI Statement on Nigerians' Debt Burden. Let's give us some statistics here. It noted that most recent statistics on the government revenues is already showing a poor performance in and mounting government costs, makes it evident that Nigeria is going through a debt crisis. When Nigerians are going to react to this, we'll tell, because the more Nigerians' debt rise and we are not able to pay back, infrastructure is already in the comatose, and more Nigerians might be forced to come out on the road, just as we are seeing presently in Syria alone as we speak. The chamber says, while the aggregate expenditure of 2022 Okay, looks like we lost the signal back to the studio.
Back on in the next few moments. I think it's back on. But those of you on the YouTube, I think that there will be a bit of a cut in the first broadcast. The second broadcast would have been started. So please go on that. I'm going to just activate the interactive measures there. So stay tuned. But Yomi.
Yep.
Yes, I apologize. I don't know. Somebody was telling me something that when we are on bashing the government, they try to but we'll continue. We will continue. They cannot clip our wings. No, we have to say it as Moses said. He said that you guys just continue to just say the truth. You don't care about anything. Of course, the truth is the truth. You cannot push it down, can you? All right then. Yes. So let's go back to the Lagos Chamber of Commerce statement that was being made.
Yes, what I've actually been saying is, when you look at, the aggregate expenditure this year that has been estimated to about 17.32 trillion, that literally means that, the total federal budget at the end of the April pro rata revenue is about 5.77 trillion was expected. Unfortunately, 1.6 trillion was realized as federal government's retained revenue, as of 2022 April. So it seems since we are not having enough, revenue, because we're not doing a lot when it comes to, production, and that actually is giving a big concern to so many Nigerians. So, and that takes me back to what we discussed yesterday. If you remember, Nigeria is facing essential threat the World Bank wants. So it's just the same thing that has been, repeated by the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry this morning. And yes, a lot of Nigerians might wake up one morning and realize that, the government is completely bankrupt.
Mm-hmm. Government completely bankrupt. And it's going to be like what happened in Sri Lanka, where the people went rampaging. Is that what we want to see? Is that what Nigeria is going to be reduced to? But well, we know that you are also enjoying or listening, and you are going through whatever the challenge might be. But we will be looking more into that. But let me go back to Yomi for some of the other stories making the rounds in Nigeria. Over to you, sir.
Terrorists killed 6 in Benue days after launch of volunteer guards. Benue is being attacked again. Suspected terrorists on Wednesday have attacked, Tis Ingojo and Tis Valem Yoa in the Ngwa community of Tombua Council Ward local government area, and about 6 people have actually, been killed as well. Once again, quite a lot of, Nigerians continue to be attacked, when it comes to, the ongoing crisis, that we have been talking about, in terms of the insecurity in Nigeria. Bear with me there. Yeah, and then we go back into, some of the other headlines quickly as we have it, this morning. Castina open portals for national talent hunt. That is also coming out from the headline. Soludo suspend local government chairman over wife's mysterious death is coming from the headline. The one that we can also talk on 2 ones. The federal government hasn't informed ASU of cash crunch. It seems, the situation with the federal government and ASU is not going anywhere yet. The striking academic staff union of university has said the government has not at any time indicated that it does not have money to fund the union's demand on university education. The union was reacting to the recent comment by the Minister of Labor and Employment, Mr. Festus Keyamo, and the Ebonyi State Governor, David Umaye, who said it was unreasonable for the federal government to borrow 1 trillion naira to meet ASU's demand. ASU has been on strike since 14th of February rather, after submitting its demands, which were being renegotiated by Professor Nimi Bridge, the committee that was set up by the federal government. So it has now entered 180 days today, Friday, that the students have literally been at home. I'm going to take one more. Police for adoption of Osun businesswoman has also arrested 3 individuals as well. According to report, the ex-employer of a local band popularly known as Ero Ariki, identified as Bashiru, and 2 others have been arrested by the operatives of Osun State Police Command while they were planning to adopt the company owner Falilat Oyetunji, according to the report. Oyetunji in Oloruda village in Iragbiji, Osun State, by the suspect and others yet to be apprehended. It was further gathered that an informant got wind of the plot by Bashiru and others to adopt, the company owner, and inform the victim and the businesswoman. It would have been nice if we can get this kind of also intelligence as quickly as possible so that they can curtail, most of the terrorism activities that is happening across the country as well. So what a good job, for the commander. Commenting on the incident, the spokesman for Osun Police Command, Yemisi Okpalola, said, upon intelligence, 3 kidnappers were arrested who are trying to kidnap Oyetunji, aka Ero Arike, in a residence, in Iragbiji, in Osun State, southwest of Nigeria this morning. I'll come back slightly again to you in the studio. And when we come back, we're going to go straight to the social media to see what Nigerians are discussing this morning when it comes to what is trending. And I can tell you already, Wiki is trending at Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'll slightly come back again to you in the studio.
Yes, listeners, Mr. KOIKIMEDIA and North London Studios. I'm Archie here. The South Studios will bring you updates from Nigeria. Believe yourself. Those of you there, Yoruba Nation must stand strong. We are fully ready. All right then. Well, thank you, Yomi, for those updates. But there's one story that someone is trying to ask me some question about. Let me see whether you got that. They're talking about the what do you call them? Obedient movement. And this a statement by Femi Kuti, who is saying that the obedient movement, he's saying that it doesn't, let me take it. That the veteran musician, while speaking during the performance at the Fela Shrine on Thursday night in Lagos, wondered why the popularity of Obi had surged exponentially in recent months. Now, Kuti expresses disdain for Obi supporters, insisting that they are a group of salvage characters who, like zombies, are incapable of thinking for themselves and making their own decisions. Now, he goes on further to say that, well, you know what obedience means? Stand up, sit down, sit there. Zombie, which we all know that Fela sang a song, Zombie no go unless you tell them to go. Okay. Now, Zombie was the title of the studio album 1976 of Fela and Nicola Kuti. Now, he is accusing them. So, virtually, this obedient group. Do you think that they are being selfish, as they are saying, that not thinking for themselves, or it's something that a cause that they believe in? That's why they are embarking on that. Yummy.
Well, even one of the activists, that I picked up just as he was posting it on his Twitter, betting $10,000 that he, can never be, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, according to him. So yes, you're quite right. Femi Kuti says obedient are like zombies. There's been a lot of response backed by the same. I think what we've seen is we've seen a generation of youth that are trying to push away the PDP and the APC because they do not believe in these two political parties. So yes, whether these two parties believe it or not, they have to now reckon with a lot of the generation youth that are pushing Peter Obi. But the question a lot of people are saying is, do Peter Obi have the structure? Even if he becomes the president, does he have, the remaining part? We're talking about, because you must have, the senators, you must have the House of Reps. So it is not just becoming the president, it is also having, because as we speak right now, the majority that we have is the APC, in the Senate. And the majority of those as well is in the northern part of the country that have the bigger say. So it will not be able to do much as well. But the question is, campaign have not started, but you can tell that there's a lot of passion that is going out there. So again, remember that I think a week ago we were talking about, somebody pushed out to say, Obi was going to be, buried. One of the journalists in Nigeria, and that also, backfire. So it seems the generation are really fighting it, not just online. We've seen evidence that they are also pushing offline as well. And I can tell you, as we speak right now, Obi end is trending at number 6 as well this morning. These are part of the response back to what Femi Kuti had to say. But it also seems that I'm just looking at what Femi Kuti has said again, from his own Twitter handle right now. He says this is what he said, even though the headline the headline will always be different, but this is what he has actually posted at about 12:30 a.m. this morning. You are such a liars. Of what benefit is it this is Femi Nicola Kuti now speaking. You are such a liars. Of what benefit is it to the people when you take my words out of context like this with a question mark? I said I am too angry at my age to be obedient, expressing I do not like the term, but if Peter Obi wins and actually change the country, better for us. So you can see that already it's saying that what he has actually said has been taken out of context. But as you can tell, apart from Twitter trollers, this is somebody now commenting and bully. What else can Obi supporters do? And they are all playing. So you can tell that when it comes to the social media, there's a lot that is going on there, and there's a lot of pressure going between the Peter Obi followers, supporters, the APC, and the PDP. And let me take you, somebody like Reno is also, as we have been told that, is supporting Atiku, and is fully against, both Peter Obi and also someone very, very critics of Tinubu as well. But social media has been used, to fight these, to the last man standing. But the question is, since the terrorists are already setting up parallel government in Kaduna, would they allow election to hold in Nigeria come 2023?
Mm-hmm. That's a big question that we seem to be asking. What do you think about all that? Feel free to continue to send your posts onto our various platforms, and I promise you that we're going to read that. But Yomi, what is happening on the social media platform before we run up our conversation?
Well, tomorrow the Yorubas are already coming out again, for a peaceful, rally that is going to be taking place at about 11 o'clock on central London, Trafalgar Square. Also, the same will be happening, in Ibadan as well tomorrow. But also on the social media, we go back. Wiki is trending at number 4 this morning, and as you can tell, it's because Wiki is actually taking, Atiku and the party, to the court. So a lot of pressure is going on right there as we speak. Adetutu Balogun says, to the PDP boys attacking Wiki, Atiku left PDP when he discovered he cannot contest for presidential when Atiku left. Wiki is a nuisance sometimes, but he was loyal to the party when the matter most. So you can tell that, Wiki is getting a bit of support there and there. Also, Momo says, God throwing confusion into the camp of the PDP. Wiki is determined. Meanwhile, at Twitter, why was our super_volunteer handle suspended? The handle was supposed to ease the flow of traffic to me. So you can tell that a lot of people are saying about what actually are Nigerians saying before we complete this broadcast this morning. Once again, this is Star Radio UK. And what Nigerians are actually saying on the Friday, BB Nigeria is trending at number 1. And I think that is also something. Also, International Youth Day is trending at number 3, while Wiki trends number 4. But Nigerians are already saying a lot this morning. People saying Nigeria doing well under Buhari are crazy. That is coming from, the headline that we have. But Aloy Ejimako says, people saying Nigeria is doing well are crazy, says OBJ. But alpha male who proposed the solutions was rendition and put on show trial, stop the persecution. Also, I read on one of the, the lawyers, Nnamdi Kanu, they paid him a courtesy visit yesterday as they continue to try and get a bill for him, as we know. But right now, also, just coming up on the, as well, we will say, the Yoruba Nation on Twitter says, I have never had people anywhere say one France, one Japan, one England, one Sweden, or one Malaysia ever before. But we constantly hear one Nigeria. If the country is or was ever truly one, why exactly has one Nigeria become a mantra of forceful coexistence? And that is how we're going to be ending this update, the Friday edition. And I'll come back again to you in the studio.
Of course, I seem to agree with the last person who sent that message, because if it is one, why is the need for us to say, oh, one? Because they say that there's a division, serious one there. That's why people are bringing it down mantra to say that, hey, one Nigeria or one. But whatever it is, let your comments come through. Muyiwa Osunugwa, once again, good morning to you as well. And thank you very much for joining us. Okay, let's go to, okay, Yomi, let me say thank you very much for that wonderful update.
Thanks,
have a wonderful weekend, but we'll catch up later.
bye for now.
Bye. Well, listeners, that was...
All right. Oh, my God. All right, gotta go. We'll come back probably later in the night, as we said already. Oduagbewa, Akushe Takuntakun, left and right, every single one of us. It's been a very busy day as usual. Let's try and bring my camera back slightly to me before I will finally end my transmission this morning. Blah. A lot of work to do. Let's get this one to me. Let me turn it to myself like that. And let's turn this one to myself. And that way we can start saying, I don't know. It's been a long day already. We had a late night yesterday. So the hangover of the late night is still in the body. So I'm going to have to go. I won't be staying that long. But as we all can tell, Nigeria, we are winding it down gradually every day. Every day we're winding Nigeria down. It's just a matter of when it's going to finally wind down is what we need to talk about all the time. Don't let anybody tell you that Nigeria cannot be wind down. Even the government knows that the country is divided. If you look at what the World Bank is saying, you will wake up one day, and everybody knows that, There's another headline here. Nigeria is losing 101 billion naira worth of oil. And you know, the money is being taken away. Okay, I think my team, because I need to speak to them. Hello? I need to get my WhatsApp on this. I need to connect with them at Oshun Shogbo. Let's go back on there. We have two teams. And Redeem. Redeem is having a prayer. So one of our team is there, and we have another one. We have some at the Oshun Shogbo. And I know they're going live very soon. Let's try and call them back. What do I do? It's not connecting. So, Bashen Solo, you know, Nigeria is on a cooker and boil it lójoojúmọ́. Ǹjọ́ kan akọ di gbam. Ẹ̀kọ́ jí láàárọ̀ wá sọ fún pé kò sówó nínú government coffer. Àwọn èèyàn rò pé Nigeria ló lọ́wọ́ mọ́ nísìnyàn. The money in the country, gbogbo olúkálùkù kan gbogbo náà ṣe nísìnyí olúkálùkù kan ń jí owó ara ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ jí. The country is bankrupt. I pity Nigerians, like we say. Nigeria who are bankrupt. Bankrupt. In Nigeria, Nigeria were bankrupt. You're thinking that Nigeria still have money. You wake up one day and you realize that Nigeria doesn't have any money. So it's completely bankrupt. So Lola, our one is central London. If you can make it, fine. If you can't make it, it's not compulsory. The little that we do, we will continue, you know, to make it add value to what we are saying already. So Lola, 11 o'clock, Trafalgar Square, if you can make it. And as we all wait for the mega rally, but Elomaje in Konsabeku. Rally in Hawaii, on my final date very soon. I don't know when, but I've been told the date. The new date for Mrs. Onitsiri will be coming out before the end of today, because I already spoke to, you know, the team. So I'm up for me, Ijoti Yawafi Wabawa Sore again. So let us expect that. But I know it's going to happen with Tafe Mui. So when the details are out, I'll be pushing that out. I don't know exactly when, but with Tafe Mui, ni Omawaye, Wednesday. But there were some reasons why they couldn't come. There was somebody that sent a message. I'm not going to tell you the name of the country. But my favorite laptop, me could pull up. Me can message them for you. My mother not solo the program Laliano. Some of you that are doubting that they are not working. Okay, laptop me to open. I can send message someone team or no. The one in Osun State. Because I know Joe Rob and Lana in Osun State. So my local, you know, in Nigeria, you come up with our program. You know, then I do perform gbogbo èyí tí ẹ ti bá fi owó sórí ẹ tó bá gbọ́ program tá ṣe lálẹ́ àná. What we said was, yesterday we had 11 presenters ló ṣe program. 11 presenters ló ṣe program lánàá. And we agreed that ká sọ pé give and take. Èèyàn 1,000 ní lówó show yẹn. Nínú 11,000 yẹn, 6,000 wò láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. So àti yọ 6,000 kúrò nínú ẹ̀. The remaining 5,000 ló wà labroad. We agree, well, It's not compulsory, but lórí òmìnira security that we should put $13. I got a message from somebody in one of the countries, and they said that kí media to kó promoted pé àwọn media kankan promote the security account. Reason tó ṣe promoted is nothing to do with me. What promoted. But one thing I can assure us, tèmi mọ̀, tí mo lè confirm, tí mo ní evidence ẹni pé the security account is going to the appropriate channel. That's all I will tell you. I don't have to go into all the details. So whether medias are promoting it or not is not the issue. We will continue to promote it until we are told to stop promoting it. And as we promote the central account, we are promoting the security account as well. So there should not be any reason for anybody to have the doubting mind pé ṣé Baba Akintoye fọwọ́ sí security account, because that was what the person asked. Ṣé CSI fọwọ́ sí, how are you? Ṣé CSI fọwọ́ sí and all that. But one thing I can say on my program, and I've said it continuously, is whatever is happening on another program, I don't know. But what I can say is, why they are not promoting it, I don't know. You would have to go and ask. Okay, they're about to go live. Okay, so I'm allowed to switch software, I'm allowed to ready. Ẹ má bínú, jẹ́ kí n máa prepare kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, because àwọn ọmọ yín máa go live nísìnyí, so I feel connected sí. Well, hopefully the network will be good today. So let me just be preparing as soon as they're going live. So at least switch sí ibẹ̀. Fẹ́yìntì ẹ bá fi lọ wo Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo. Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo is going to be giving us billions of dollars by the time we start having our own nation and operation. But one thing I can say is, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá fi pé lótìtọ́ lódodo, nígbà tí ìyá Onítìrì ti sọ pé security account ni, she's not the one in charge of it. There's a back end team. I am not part of the back end team, but at least I can guarantee from what I have heard from a source source yẹn lásán tó ti sọ fún mi pé confirm mo ní láti tún bá lọ káàkiri mọ́. You understand the saying? So source yìí tèmi gbọ́ yẹn lèmi fi fẹ́yìn l'assurance. So whether other people promote it or not is not the issue. Let us go and support, the donation for the security account. I know some of us have put money through the PayPal, but yesterday we did something on our program, and as of this morning, I think I saw that it's about almost $18,446. So if we have 5,000 people, Tobalo Fowose, $13, apart from Betty Sonwosinu PayPal, we will get the figure that we are looking for. I guide her through to be able to do it, and I believe she's been able to sort it out. So that means 5,000 Omo Yoruba to go show 11 media lano, and I will mention all the names. I don't have to go through all the names again this morning. If 5,000 people bá lọ to try láti fi $10 sí owó yẹn máa rìn, á lè wúlò fún ìtọ́fẹ́ lò fún nísàlẹ̀. Ti pè yín padà mọ́ ọmọ wa tó ń pè mí. So á wúlò, and that I think I go live. Listen, Abi. All right, that's fine. No problem. More on standby. All right. Later. So, but whether other media, for whatever reason known to them, doesn't want to promote it, does not say that security account is not genuine. I, Olayomi Koiki of KOIKIMEDIA, is confirming it that account, is confirmed. A lot of things we will know later on after we get our Yoruba nation. I'm not taking any calls because I'm live. After Tabagba Yoruba nation, there will be a lot of things that we but not everything that has to go to the public domain for reasons that I'm sure you all understand. But at the appropriate time, I might be no set up streaming from Osun Osogbo tó ń ṣe KOIKIMEDIA live from Osun Osogbo. At the appropriate time, everybody will know. You know, account kan dira wọn lọ́wọ́ àkókò ti sọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀. You know, central account kò di account ti security, and I believe that, you know, that should be the way it is. But definitely, you know, if people are saying that I will need promoted or for whatever their own reasons that is known to them, I don't know. But it means fine gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé in tẹ́ bá gbọ́ lórí Koiki tí bá sọ tí mo dẹ̀ ń tẹnu mọ́ pé mo confirm ẹ̀. Àfi otherwise tí bá tún jáde tí sọ pé náà kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. In tẹ́mi bá sọ fún mi pé mo confirm, I won't go into all the details. Mo confirm ẹ̀ ni. Mo ti confirm ti YSDM délẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni mo tún fi sọ yẹn ní bíbá. But a gbàgbọ́ pé ṣebí fún Yorùbá ló fẹ́ lò fún. Ti YSDM tẹ́ a ní ká lọ dáwó sí gan mo ti confirm ẹ̀. Wọ́n ti fún mi ní confirmation pé owó yẹn ó sì débi kan tí mo fẹ́ kó dé in terms of àwọn tá a fẹ́ kọ́ fún. So kí la wá ń sọ? So but ẹ mọ̀ pé ìrìn àjò yìí oríṣiríṣi la máa bá pàdé. But ibi tá a fi lọ kọ́ nìyẹn, a fi focus, a dẹ̀ fi remain focus. So next week, ìyá onítìrì máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Interviewer, so I don't know. She'll come and talk to us. We continue our campaign. Our campaign is peaceful. Mo rí article kan nísìn lórí Sahara Reporter pé Professor Banji Akintoye says Yoruba ethnic groups is in dire need of his own country out of present Nigeria. I have not received that press statement. Montreal to be a Maxwell release it. What if orúkọ sí? So mo bi tó ti rí article yẹn, because it doesn't say ibo ni Sahara ti rí information in. I'm sure some of you must have as well. You know, I don't know where they've seen it, but this is the headline. Mo fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ sọ nígbà tí yẹn ṣe Starr Radio, but n tí mo confirm, so I left it like that. Ẹ má bínú, mo kàn try láti push interface pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní Ọ̀ṣun. So kíyàn kan máa sọ kẹ́kẹ́ máa náà àgbéyà torí pé ọ̀dọ̀ wa nìkan lẹ ti ń gbọ́ níbòmíì, you know, and it's giving you concern and all that. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí. There's no need to be worried about that. Confirm the security account here. YSDM gan fúnra rẹ̀ gan mo ti confirm ẹ̀ pé ibi tí mo fẹ́ kí mo lè sọ pé yes, but we believe that, you know, it's for the Yoruba people, and that's all I can say. So, and we should not allow anything to worry us. Sherry, a lot of things tí a máa ń gbọ́ sometimes could give us concern, and yes, you know, it is what I'm not being, like I said, more can prepare Australians because now I'm about to go live in the software might be níbí by that if you enhance the broadcasting pẹ̀lú wọn. So ẹ má yẹ kíyàn kankan kó sọ fún wa pé ìrìn àjò tá a wà yìí Ọlọ́run ló ní ìrìn àjò, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló máa support ẹ̀, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe gbogbo ìlú ló fẹ́ ká lọ, but in term ni pé ìrìn àjò Ọlọ́run ni a dẹ̀ máa lọ. You okay? Èyí tó ṣe kókó jù tó ṣe pàtàkì nìyẹn. So you know pé Yorùbá ò ní dá dúró yẹn ẹ̀tútù ẹ̀dá ni egun tó wà nínú ìgbàlẹ̀ tó múra lọ́wọ́ ni ó fẹ́ tó jáde, egun bá dẹ̀ ti jáde èrò á tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn 1 million. Àwọn kan náà ní rí 1 million yẹn wọ́n ní ká máa wòran bí 1 million yẹn máa jáde sójú títì bí kò ní jáde sójú títì ká máa wò lásìkò yẹn. Yes. Kí lẹ fẹ́?
What are you doing?
I'm on live show. Okay. So bí àwọn yẹn máa jáde bí àwọn ní jáde àmọ́ tó bá tó gbà yẹn èèyàn ní láti worry. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní doubt pé bí a ní rí 1 million èrò tó máa jáde nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ kó dìgbà yẹn náà. Bí a máa jáde bí àwọn ní jáde tó bá máa jáde a jẹ́ pé a fi lọ nìyẹn, tó bá jáde a jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ká máa drag ẹ̀ nìyẹn, gbogbo ala máa jẹgbẹ́. but lọ́kàn mi ó dá mi lójú nínú mi pé àwọn èèyàn máa jáde àwọn èèyàn kàn ń dúró pé ká announce date kọ́dẹ̀ lọ múra sílẹ̀ ká jáde peaceful rally ni kò ń ṣe pé kò sẹ́ni kankan tó máa sọ pé government àsí number one àsí nínú ìjọba àsí ní military government àsí nínú military government civilian government ló ń ràn ní nàìjíríà adẹ̀ní ẹ̀tọ́ bá a bá tẹ̀ lo òfin nàìjíríà tí a mọ̀ pé fake ni even though pé ó wà nínú òfin nàìjíríà pé tẹ bá fi protest gathering don't come here don't come this side no kí ló fi ṣe what was that take it upstairs má lọ da kí ní sórí laptop mi o àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn nísìn yeah go upstairs so whether ẹ má bínú like I said mo prepare software sílẹ̀ nǹkan tá a máa ń ṣe lélẹ̀ tá a máa ń prepare sílẹ̀ kó tó di pẹ́yìn rà wá so it takes a bit of 10-15 minutes láti get the code all that gbogbo nǹkan báyìí kò jẹ́ kó jẹ́ nǹkan tó yẹ káwọn èèyàn nílé kólúkálukú máa fi ìdàn ó yẹ kí àwọn kan máa ṣe online business nílé massive business ṣe bí ẹ máa ń rí Alibaba gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn mo sọ fún yín pé ní Estonia 1.3 million ni wọ́n fundamental human right ni pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ ní internet ní Estonia òfin sọ pé ilé tó bá ní internet ní Estonia wọ́n á sọ reason tó ṣe ní internet ìyẹn làwọn yẹn sọ pé àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí tó bá jẹ́ pé internet yẹn kò ń ṣe nǹkan bàbàrà tó rẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tó wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà gbogbo tá à ń sọ yìí àwọn yẹn máa ti gbọ́ ẹ wá ní ká dúró ẹ fẹ́ ká pẹ́ lórí ìrìn àjò yàbí ọjà ẹnu ẹni gbogbo àjọ wà yìí èyí tẹ́ fẹ́ ká pẹ́ yẹn ẹnu ẹni gbogbo àjọ wà ní sọ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ fẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò kó pẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò yẹn kó yá àwa tó fẹ́ máa drag ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ẹ má ti lọ declare o ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ perfect gbogbo ẹ o 18 countries ló wà lágbàáyé yẹn dé fìlà gbowó jàre dé fìlà náà lè má dé lórí ẹ má yọ mí lẹ́nu ìwọ náà rí bọ̀ mọ̀ ń bọ̀ ṣe sùúrù àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yé nísìn 18 countries ló wà láyé ayé tá à ń gbé yìí ayé world yìí ayé tó ń wò yìí 18 countries ló ń rán nílùú wọn tó kàn pẹ̀lú UN tó sì tó kàn pẹ̀lú Amẹ́ríkà bá náà wọn bá wọn ṣe kò bá wọn ṣe náà ní pátápátá wọn ní access láti àwọn kan ní Amẹ́ríkà ó lè lo power wọn kó fi destroy ìlú ṣé Amẹ́ríkà wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ọlọ́run a ní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá gan ọdún àpá àtẹ ẹ̀mọ́ Ọlọ́run ẹlòmíì kan ìyẹn láti ṣe máa òkè òun ṣe Christian òun ṣe Muslim òun ṣe ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ó tún doubt ṣé Amẹ́ríkà wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ọlọ́run tọ́lọ̀ tó lè láàrin ìṣẹ́jú aṣáájú rí àwọn white fire tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin pé ká díjú ká lajú báyìí ó lè dá ṣọ̀pọ̀nà sínú gbogbo ìlú tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn kí ni kọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú yẹn but àwa fúnra wa gan àní ẹlòmíì ṣe Yorùbá nation gan ìgbàgbọ́ yóò dúró ṣe Yorùbá nation àti màmá ní doubting mind ìgbàgbọ́ yóò dúró dáadáa ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ìwọ mọ́rẹ́ ṣe Yorùbá nation ẹ ní faith so number one ẹ kúkú yọ faith yẹn kúrò ẹ yọ kúrò rẹpẹ jẹ kúrò ká kúkú mọ̀ pé atheist ni àwọn kan kúkú wà tẹ́ pé they are atheist wọ́n believe in anything àwa ta tún wá ní believe nínú pé àtẹ̀gbàgbọ́ pé àmọ́ Ọlọ́run wẹ́dà Ọlọ́run mùsùlùmí Ọlọ́run kìrìsìtẹ́nì Ọlọ́run oníṣẹ̀ṣe wa a tún ní doubting mind a tún doubt ara wa ká má tí lọ declare nísìnyí o ká bá lọ declare ó máa faṣọ pọ̀nà ó máa fa kínní kó faṣọ pọ̀nà ìgbà tó faṣọ pọ̀nà ṣé bó ṣe bí àṣẹ ń jà àwọn èèyàn nílé ló dání kó fa sùrùtù kó bá fẹ́ fa sùrùtù kó fa sùrùtù ìgbà tó fa sùrùtù nǹkan òun ni World Bank gbogbo wọn ti rí problem tó ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà olówó nísìn ti gbọ́n gbogbo owó wọn nísìn àwọn wọn ti wà live ẹ má bínú àǹfààní láti connect nísìn ẹjọ ń sáré stream ṣe ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ wẹ̀ lè máa rí yẹn wò ẹ̀ǹdí lè nísìn ṣe kẹ́lẹ́ lọ enjoy yẹn kíyàn kan kó sọ fún yín pé kìíní kan má bínú ṣe mo ti ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní tó kí kì í ní faith wa gangan ìgbàgbọ́ wa gangan òun ló fẹ́ tì wá débi tá a fẹ́ lọ yìí ó dẹ̀ àdèmá débẹ̀ kò sí no doubt in my mind pé àní dé ibi táwọn lọ yẹn ìrìn àjò yẹn no kò sí mo ò sùn níjọ́ kan kí n jírí kí n ní doubt mind pé Yorùbá ò ní dúró àwọn kan sì ń sùn tó ń jí ẹ sì ní doubt mind ẹ máa sùn ẹ máa jí ẹ tó máa pa ṣáṣọ ọ̀pá máa rọṣá èmi o mo mọ tẹ lómi o mo sùn kí n jírí kí n fi doubt mind sí pé Yorùbá ò ní dá dúró kí ló dé tó ní dá dúró Britain ò lè dá dúró Britain ìlú tí mò ń gbé wọ́n ò lè dárìn àjò tá a gbé dání dúró torí pàkọ̀rọ̀ ara nǹkan sọ gbé kínní kí ló ń jẹ́ Britain America ò lè dá àjò ìdúró China ò lè dá dúró Japan ò lè dá dúró India ò lè dá dúró France ò lè dá dúró ó máa di ṣọ̀pọ̀nà burúkú alégún wà nínú ìgbàlẹ̀ gbòó ni máa sọ fún yín eégún wà nínú ìgbàlẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ wọ́n ní lọ́kọ̀ọ́ra fún Buhari yẹn kékeré lọ́kọ̀ọ́ra fún pé kó máa mú yẹn dání pé kìíní kan ẹ̀yin ní káwa lọ dúró láti tì lẹ́yìn ká ti bàbá Akíntóyè lẹ́yìn ká ti àwọn tó bá dá àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn nìkan ni ká tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn ká bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ tí àwa tó kù lẹ́yìn má tì wá lẹ́yìn bọ̀ àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yẹn ká tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn ká dúró tì wọ́n pé yín tó bá fẹ́ gbà ní ká fún un máa sọ ẹ má bínú ẹ máa gbọ́ sound díẹ̀ because àwọn ọmọ wa ti wà live nísìn pé yẹn ni mo ti jókòó sí látàrọ̀ tí náà ṣe so ẹ lè máa lọ wò wọ́n ní orí Koiki Media so àti ṣẹjẹ́ ń gbé screen wá sí ẹ má jẹ́ kí anybody sọ fún yín pé ìgbà kan lè bọ́ sí kí ló ń jẹ́ pé kò lè ká ló sọ pé kò lè bọ́ sí ká ló sọ pé kò lè bọ́ sí ẹ jẹ́ ń pa action bíbá ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ń strain system ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ ìlàjà láì start mixer la látàárọ̀ sọ stress wàhálà ti pọ̀ jù mo gbọ́wọ́ lè ṣá mo dẹ̀ set it up mo dẹ̀ click start ẹ jẹ́ start it for now ó tẹ̀sí so màá kàn jókòó ẹ máa gbọ́ sound lẹ́yìn ẹ tó bá ní screen mi ẹ máa monitor tó ń lọ lọ́sùn Òṣogbo ẹ support wa àwọn ọmọ yín ló wà níbẹ̀ nísìn ìjọ mẹ́ta ló ti wà níbẹ̀ nísìn àsanwó hotel sanwó transport sanwó security àtọ́jú bọ́ láti bẹ̀ ní sọ́tún pa àwọn kan wà ní redeem pé ká má bàa ní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta lájọ ń ṣe nílé ká bá rí ibi tó ti fi ṣe nǹkan mùsùlùmí náà àlọ́bẹ̀ àlọ́ broadcast ẹ̀ ṣáà ń gbọ́ tọ́mọ wa kan ṣáà wà ní redeem abẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́ tó bá dijọ́ Saturday nísìn wọ́n tún lọ sọ́nà that state kan fún program kan a dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń support wa ẹ̀yin náà lè jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún wa ẹ̀yin ni Koiki Media tó bá sẹ́yìn níbo lè ní ti fi máa sọ táà ń ṣe Koiki Media gbogbo tó dẹ̀ máa fún wa lówó lọ́jọ́ iwájú ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo and all other even Christian festival tó bá ń ṣe kí láwọn táwọn lọ Jerusalem táwọn lọ Saudi Arabia kí ló táwọn èèyàn náà lè wá sọ́dọ̀ tiwa kọ́ wa máa ń ṣàdúrà lọ́dọ̀ tiwa kéré tá à ń káàkiri bí ẹṣin oríwò nímọ̀ tá à ń lọ Mẹ́kà tá à ń lọ Jerusalem èmi ò ní kò dáa pé ká má lọ bọ̀ kí ló dé táwa náà lè sọ pé káwọn ìbá a ní oríṣiríṣi òkè this òkè that àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yé nísìn ẹ má bínú ẹ̀ ká máa gbọ́ sound àwọn ọmọ yẹn ẹ má bínú mọ̀ lè bá gbọ́ wá báyìí àwọn olè tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn so bọ̀ ẹ tẹ bá ní screen mi nílé wọ́n ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ fi gbọ́ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ ẹ lè má lọ wò yẹn ọ̀nà méjèèjì ni so àbọ̀rọ̀ mi yé nísìn a ti dé ojú agbami tí ẹ̀rù gbọ́dọ̀ bá odò gbogbo tó bá gbà tó bá jẹ́ pé báíbù ló mọ̀ ọ́ lò láti kò sí signal ṣé irú Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo yẹn kò yẹ kí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì máa ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa òun ló ti lọ nísìn lọ ń bọ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àmọ́ wa it's not easy ibi tó yẹ kó máa fún wa ní billions of dollars a ti mọ̀ pé àwọn Yorùbá kan wà tó jẹ́ pé bóyá àwọn Fúlàní ló bá wọn sùn a máa stop Koiki Media yìí because battery phone ti lọ́lẹ̀ àbí ṣé ká pa broadcast ká lọ máa wo Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo náà bá kan ṣe testing ní àpá àṣẹ program láàárọ̀ mo ti náà lè ṣe láàárọ̀ but at least kákọ̀ rán ilé díẹ̀ ni ṣé ká máa lọ ṣé ká pa ká máa lọ àbí ká ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ ẹ̀ stop ilé. because mo ní láti charge fún mi signal yẹn kàn lọ ń bọ̀ ni àwọn yẹn kàn gbìyànjú náà ni I'm sure kan máa wà frustrated pé kò sí signal ti lọ ṣé ìlú lè lè ṣá it's not a country ẹ yẹ ká dúró ẹ yẹ ká fọkàn wa balẹ̀ pé ìrìn àjò yìí àti débi tá à ń lọ mo sọ fún yín pé 18 countries ó wà láyé ayé tá à ń gbé 18 countries in this world that has nothing to do with UN. So why are we worried to say that taba lọ declare ta ló máa ṣèjọba àwọn question kan táwọn kan tẹ́ máa akọ láti máa dá yín lóhùn ni àwọn obìnrin ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa charge fún ìlọ́jọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣé inú Nàìjíríà tẹ wà yẹn ṣe lálàáfíà lálàáfíà náà inú Nàìjíríà tẹ wà yẹn ọmọ Oòduà wà tí print tó ń kù sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ cause náà tó lè ti charge díẹ̀ cause mo tún fẹ́ wo fóònù ni ó ti ń lọ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀ ó kà ṣe wá òkè signal tẹ lọ bí lẹ̀kẹ̀dí ni ibi tó yẹ kó yẹ pé internet máa ṣiṣẹ́ kódà wá ṣe tó yẹ pé àwọn tó ń lọ sọ́ọ̀ṣù Òṣogbo yẹn àwọn kan wọ́n máa make ìyẹn wọ́n máa plan ẹ̀ dáadáa kò sí planning because àwọn ta kó síbẹ̀ àwọn wèrè politicians tó wà níbẹ̀ so ẹ̀yin yẹn wa ẹ báyìí kíyàn kan dún mọ̀hóhó mọ́ wa pé Yorùbá ò ní dá dúró níbo ló ti ń sọ yẹn a ti dúró tán ó kù díẹ̀ ni ó ń mì kẹ̀lẹ̀kẹ̀lẹ̀ ó fi dé tán àwọn là ń wò níwájú abáyé mo ní mo fẹ́ fún wa ní story kan àmọ́ tó ṣe screen yìí ó ti signal wọn ti lọ díẹ̀ bó mo lè lọ mú message yẹn jáde ìyẹn message táwọn family consent sí mi láti Nàìjíríà ó ti di àná nísìn adúpẹ́ fún àwọn group kan ní Amẹ́ríkà $1,000 lọ send sínú PayPal yẹn wọ́n ti share sí pẹ̀lú mi PayPal òmìnira ni o kò ṣe mi lọ fún ẹsẹ̀ lómìn nísìn etí ẹ̀ máa nà nísìn pé Koiki lọ send owó yẹn sí náà $1,000 orí program lọ tún sọ fún mi lánàá pé àwọn máa send $1,000 wọ́n dẹ̀ send ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ wọ́n ti send owó yẹn adúpẹ́ fún wọn $1,000 ni wọ́n send message yìí mo send ẹ̀ sí ìyá wa mo ò ní sọ orúkọ ọdún yẹn for security reason for now but I sent the message tí yàn kan send sí mi láti Nàìjíríà làwọn tó send message yìí message tí mo fẹ́ kà fún yín but the only thing I'm going to omit is I'm going to omit the name of the country that they've talked about lára àwọn ìlú tí iṣẹ́ ti délù yẹn already lórí ìrìn àjò pé Yorùbá máa dá dúró ẹ má jẹ́ kí yàn kan dẹ́rù bá yín pé Yorùbá pé ọmọ tó ń ṣe good morning Barbara kò kí ń ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀yà míì lòun but ó ní o máa ń fi translator nígbà míì tí bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ó máa fi ń ṣe in terms so that's why we have to speak English sometimes because I want the Caucasians, I want the Indians, the Chinese, I want them to know our plight. Àwa ti ní àti mọ problem wa. What about the other continent? Let them know the reason why we want to be on our own. So ìlú tí mo fẹ́ dárúkọ yìí èmi ò ní dárúkọ ìlú yẹn sorry but this message was sent from Yoruba land by one of our listeners and the message goes like this. So I forwarded the message to Chief Mrs. Mulupo Nitiri. I'm not going to give you her own reply to me. That is personal. Don't ask for that. But also fún mi pé lára àwọn ìlú tíṣẹ́ ti dé náà nìyẹn. Ẹ̀fọn àwọn kan béèrè pé ẹ fún wa lórúkọ àwọn 110 countries tó ti lọ. At least èmi ti mọ méjì tí àwọn tó ń gbé nílùú yẹn tó lọ sí ìlú yẹn. Eléyìí ní since the second one. The first one ẹni yẹn lọ sí ó dàbí pé kí n lọ sínú home office wa nísìn. Kí wọ́n lọ sọ fún wọn pé my passport might be changing very soon because a new nation is about to be built in Nigeria. Ẹni yẹn send message yẹn. That message was about ó ti ń lọ pé 2 months nísìn. I still have the record. lára àwọn ìlú kan náà ni. Ìlú yẹn sọ fún pé we are aware and we are preparing for that. Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run lẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ wa ń sọ pé Yorùbá ò ní dúró. Ẹni kan prepare ká gbáradì ká ṣe mega rally ká declare tó bá fi gbà ní kó gbà. Tó bá fi gba ṣọ̀pọ̀nà ká fún ní ṣọ̀pọ̀nà, tó bá jẹ́ pé Bible ní ẹ fún ní Bible, tó bá jẹ́ Quran ẹ fún ní, tó bá fẹ́ gbẹran tútù ká fún lẹ́ran tútù, èèyàn làkọ̀ nílò ni. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ kú nínú ìrìn àjò yà á máa rántí yín títí títí ni. There will always be heroes. Let me read the message. I sent the message to Mrs. Onitiri on Wednesday at exactly 1:13 p.m. local time from London. The message was sent from another family to me. Mo fẹ́ lọ wo time tí àwọn tó send message yẹn. So what I will do is that màá kọ́ crop message yìí, màá lọ fi sínú search. Mo fẹ́ lọ ẹni tó send ẹ̀ gangan. I won't give you their details, but mo fẹ́ lọ wo time táwọn send ẹ̀. Èmi ti sọ time tí mo send ẹ̀ sí Onitiri. I send it at 1:13 p.m. Ìjọ Wednesday. Week tá à ń sọ yìí ni o, week tó yìí ni. Yeah, the one in London, yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Barbara. Let me now give you family to send the message in Masumi. The message was sent at 8:54 a.m. on Wednesday. I did not reply them. The first reply I gave was a thumb up. Money, wow, this is a great news. I replied them at 12:54 p.m. And this is how the message goes. Like I said, I won't mention the name of the country for security reasons for now. Good morning, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, with an open bracket, the white lion, close bracket. I'm sure you know what that means. Open bracket means, good morning, my brother Aziz. Kini to manda be circle here by head. About to put open bracket, close bracket. I hope you understand. Please, I want to share this message on your program today. I went on a anyway, no, my court woman because these are things that we should still keep for now. I went on a visit with my husband to a family friend yesterday in Nijotown. Wednesday will be 10th. And I went to a family yesterday, August 9, 2022. We have been telling her and her husband about Yoruba nation, just like you are not saying so far. Oh, it's go mountain share, kilanche, Yoruba nation, molanche, the buffing go all over YouTube with me. You hold on, but I'm a kiki to buy with on Palo YouTube. Low on bad game. We have been telling her and her husband about Yoruba nation, but they are not believing us. We try to win them, but they don't really believe. Just as very not saying, Yoruba nation. No, I tell Yoruba nation, no, Yoruba nation, you, and that way, a mambo, a bunny, mambo, but when I mention Yoruba nation, and a bunny. I think got them answer coming and tell one. She, we will continue to just have to stay with you, and we all still have to live together. I'm going to share the signal. Signal is la parapata láti Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo. But if I be pray and show program láti then we'll be able to restart again. That's the problem we are facing. Okay, I'll do to our own. That's our own part. Just to quickly, we have been trying to convince them about Yoruba nation, but they are not believing us. We try to win them, but they don't really believe. To our amazement, yesterday, on the 8th, yesterday on the 9th, rather, she told us that her son that just finished from Obafemi Awolowo University, who studied material engineering, was consulted from I'm not going to reveal that country for security reasons. After a television interview he had in Lagos a few weeks ago to help them with a research in Yoruba land. Àwọn ìlú kan ti ń béèrè fún research, ìwọ jókòó síbẹ̀ ní kò sí Yorùbá nation ọ̀dẹ̀. Àwọn ìlú kan lágbàáyé ti ń béèrè fún research nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá land, ìwọ jókòó ní kò sí Yorùbá nation. Because ìgbà tẹ́ pé illiterate ló pọ̀ jù ní gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń support wọn Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n consult ọmọ àwọn tí wọ́n believe. Imagine, wọ́n consult ọmọ àwọn tí wọ́n believe nínú Yorùbá nation láti ìlú kan tí mo dárúkọ tí ó wà lápò mi tí mo fi jẹ́ kẹ́ tí mọ̀ nísìn, ó wà níwájú mi báyìí, orúkọ ìlú yẹn. Wọ́n consult ọmọ wọn, àwọn tó believe in Yorùbá nation, but ọmọ wọn ṣe tán ní Ọbáfẹ́mi, ó wá lọ ṣe bí interview kan níbì kan ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́ o. Àwọn ìlú yẹn wá consult ọmọ wọn pé ṣó lè bá wọn lọ ṣe research. Ọmọ yẹn Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ University ló ti ṣe tán. Into study gan was material and engineering, but was consulted from after a television interview he had in Lagos few weeks ago to help them with a research in Yoruba land. He was asked, one bí ọmọ yẹn, ọmọ àwọn family yẹn, one bí pé he was asked if he is from Yoruba nation or Nigeria or there. Ìwọ ṣe wà ń sọ pé kò sí Yoruba nation. One bí ọmọ yẹn, èmi kúkú kọ́ mo kọ́, family yẹn ló send ẹ̀ sí mi. Àbí mo ṣáà sọ fún ọ pé lọ bá mi kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí kẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí mi. And all these are evidence. Wọ́n bí ọmọ wọn pé ṣé Yorùbá nation ni àbí Nàìjíríà? Because àgbáyé máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ àṣẹ Nàìjíríà by fire by force. I hope you listen. I'll read that again. Hold on. One, he was asked if he is from Yoruba nation or Nigeria. That means pé àwọn ìlú kan ti ń prepare the eventualities. Ìwọ sì wá jókòó lórí yẹn kò sí kankan tó ń jẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Àwọn olóńṣe Yorùbá nation náà ẹbí kan tó máa ń sọ kọ́ nìyẹn. Àwọn ọmọ wa lè ń gbọ́ wọn yẹn. Anyway, let me stop the program. Go and enjoy your show. Have a very good afternoon. My name is KOIKIMEDIA. Lálẹ́ Amapadawa at about 11 o'clock for our late night broadcast. Have a very good afternoon. For the doubting Thomas, let me say, Yoruba Nation is here with us. Bye for now. Yes? I'm coming. Sorry, those of you on the MixLR, we have to end the broadcast. Bye for now.